close your eyes. Imagine blissfully sitting in a sunlit garden, smelling the sweet scent of blossoming flowers. Then, you see a brilliant butterfly, its kaleidoscopic wings delicately carrying it through the air. Without a second thought, you start chasing it, but it flies away just out of reach, teasing you with its momentary presence. Good evening, Chairperson, ladies and gentlemen. This speech is not about chasing butterflies, but rather the pursuit of happiness. When asked about the key to happiness, most people would immediately think working hard. However, in my personal experience, the more frantically you chase happiness, the more it evades you. I remember being so constantly fixated on achieving goals for personal validation, thinking that it would bring me happiness. But the more goals I achieved, the more I set, constantly wanting more. I never stopped and reflected on how far I'd come from where I started. This cycle left me feeling unfulfilled. But after a shift in perspective, I realized that genuine happiness is not found in a relentless chase for validation or materialistic possessions, but instead in the moments of gratitude. Embracing the challenges and celebrating the small wins are the true keys to happiness. We live in a world that constantly tells us to chase happiness. Karma stands out as a prime example. But only if it is earned with the right intentions. We all grew up with the classic saying, what goes around comes around, deeply embedded in our minds. Yet, performing kind acts and good deeds with the hope of reward is just insincere. Playing music, for example, is an enjoyable activity for nearly everyone, but it soon became a game of tug-of-war between me and my mum, who was always asking me to practice. This pressure was taking away from my joy of music, until I had the opportunity to perform for the residents of the Good Shepherd Nursing Home for my brother's school project. The smiles on their faces, humming and tapping along to the music, was true happiness. True happiness comes when you least expect it and when there's no reward attached to it. This was the most sincere, enjoyable performance I've ever had. To conclude, I believe happiness is all about reflecting and not expecting. Happiness is in the moment, not ever, not forever. Let us continue the story. As the butterfly dodges you for the last time, you stop and notice a wonderful white wisteria tree. You take a seat, catching your breath, and gently open a book. The butterfly slows down and flutters